The corner, the corner, the corner. Hey, welcome. Come on into Cousin Ed's Corner. This podcast is where you will find real, authentic conversation, organic conversation, like you're at home with your cousin. It's about life, it's about finance, it's about spirituality, it's about love, and everything in between. I'm your host, Cousin Ed. I'm excited to bring you along on this journey to explore life. Listen, let's sit back and enjoy a wide range of topics. I have some diverse guests coming on, a wide range of spectrum of thoughts. My goal is to create a space for all of us to connect, all of us to learn each other, and all of us to communicate. It's really not about me. It's about the community as a whole. Let's enjoy this. Let's sit back. Let's think about our past. Let's move into our future. It's about the corner, the corner, the corner. So no matter how you cut it or slice it, we're all here together. I'm just here to give you a piece of my heart, my mind, my soul, and my mentals. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another episode of Cousin Ed's Corner. The corner, the corner, the corner.
What's good, people? How you doing out there? This is Destrin checking in from the Brethren Podcast. We're here with Cousin Ed, with Cousin Ed's Corner. What we wanted to let you know is, number one, we appreciate you checking in with us. We appreciate you liking, subscribing, and supporting the platform. We also wanted to let you know that this is information. This is used for informational purposes only. This is not financial advice and should not be used as such. Please consult your financial advisor should you feel the need to make an investment decision, a financial decision, or a decision that may be impactful to your family from a tax advantage standpoint. What we want to do is bring you content that is eye-opening, glaring, and also provides you the opportunity to explore, ask better questions, and be better prepared for the opportunities that await you. Again, this is Cousin Ed's Corner, and we hope that we can be of service to you. We love you. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. It's your boy, Cousin Ed. Cousin Ed's Corner back at you again. I want to thank my brother, my brethren, Destrian Wells over there at the Brethren Podcast for the disclaimer just now. This is Financial Freedom Friday on Cousin Ed's Corner. So this is Financial Freedom Friday on Cousin Ed's Corner. For those of you who are new to the neighborhood, definitely check out some of the past Financial Freedom Fridays that I've had some special guests on. And Destrian definitely kicked it off. I think he was the first guest on Financial Freedom Friday. But as if you don't know, we switch it up over here sometimes. We may have a Thank God for Everything on Friday. We may have a Fabulous Friday story time, or a Financial Freedom Friday. So you never know what you're going to get here at Cousin Ed's Corner. But I appreciate each and every one of you for checking this show out, checking me out, checking out the guest that's been on the show. I sit down and it's all organic. I don't know what's going to come up, what's on my mind, or what I'm thinking about. And I was sitting down today. I'm playing some things on YouTube, playing some things on Instagram and all these other social media. And something led me to go check my investment accounts and my retirement and everything else. And I just wanted to talk about, maybe that conversation that's taboo that no one wants to share or no one wants to talk about is our financial freedom, our financial future, things like that. Things that is just not common to talk about in our community. I think that in other communities, they may sit around and talk about the plan for the next 2 years, the plan for the next 4 years, the plan for the next 8 years, plan for the next 10 years. We need to talk more about that and feel like we can be able to get help, feel like we're able to bounce things off of our friends, family, and loved ones without being, felt like I'm judged, feeling like I'm living up to their standards. So one thing one of my mentors told me many years ago, he said, "What is success?" And I said, man, success is, the nice car, the nice house, the this, the that, and the other. You know, being able to do what you want to do when you want to do it. And he said, okay, that's a good definition. He said, but if you look at someone who is happy, that is what success is for them. So you got to measure success for yourself. So my success may be different than your success, but I think that we all have the goal of being happy, and happiness is the main thing. And I do believe that financial freedom can gain us all happiness. Not having to worry about where the next dollars are coming from or that bill that may be coming in. So this is a quick little segment on some of the tips I may have, the tips I may have heard, the tips I may be thinking about, and or as the old commercial go, I stayed at a Holiday Inn last night, so I don't know anything. I'm just talking off the top of my head what somebody told me, right? I'm no expert. I'm not going to put the words in the atmosphere, but I have no expertise, no license, no education in this field. I'm just going off what I've heard and what is possibly could be true. So research. Everything you need to do is research for yourself and consult a professional before you make any decisions on your family or yourself financial future. So that's my own disclaimer on top of Detrian's disclaimer. And I don't want anyone to think that this show is about them. So don't think I'm talking to anyone in particular. So if you're my friend or family or anything like that, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking in general about us as a community as a whole. So that's my other disclaimer. Don't get mad at me. All right. So I went into one of my accounts, and let me say it another way. This person I know went into one of their accounts, and they were looking at the account, and they wanted to do a capture of year to date. So if you know year to date, that means a full year to date, right? Year to date means from this year to date, right? Year to date. And I wanted to see what was the gains and losses. Where did they make the proper decisions on what they were going to invest in? What was the losing investments? And if you follow the S&P 500, you can see what the average is for most in the top 500 stocks out there. They got a 100 also. You got NASDAQ. You can follow all these things and see what the tops are, right? And you want to see where you sit at, right? Are you going along with the national trend? If you would have just put your money in the S&P 500, would you be up 8%? Would you be up 10%? What is your company's 401k getting you right now? A lot of us who do not know anything about investing, we allow our company to invest our money for us. And we may say large cap, small cap, and I may be talking to some people that don't understand anything. Please do your research. You can reach out to me and I will help you with articles. Nothing that I myself do. I'll help you with articles to try to explain some of this stuff. But when you go to a company, they tell you, here's your 401k, and you click a button and you never look at it again, and you say, I'm going to retire in X amount of years, and you hope that it's okay when you're ready to retire. That's not the way to go. You should be looking at it as your health record, right? Every year you go for a physical, right? When you get a cold, you go to the doctor. So when the market is up and down, you need to look at these things in your retirement account to see how it's doing. I'm not saying to make a drastic change in them. I'm saying understand them so you know what's going on. That was one thing, especially the market, seeing where you stand at for the year. So do a health check on your retirement, see where you stand at for this year, right? Then you can do the last 12 months, see what it is for the last 12 months, and see where you stand at. You can do the past 5 years, see how your account has grown in the past 5 years. Now, a lot of people accounts going to be down a little bit in the last 2 or 3 years due to COVID. Depends on what markets you are in. It may still be up. So you want to look at that. You also want to make sure you're diversified. When I say diversified, not only in the investments that your 401k have, meaning outside of your 401k, do you have other accounts? Because if something happens with your company, God forbid, a lot of that's insured, but you don't want to be an MCI, and I'm telling my age now, or you want to be in an Enron, telling my age again, where your company loses a lot of money. The government set up some fail safes in there also, but you don't want to be in a situation where everything is invested in one sector and you lose a lot of money. So you want to be diversified, and you want to have multiple accounts, right? When I grew up, my father had 2 wallets, and I said, why do you keep 2 wallets? He said to keep money out of one. So you have money in another one. He know how much he separates the money. I didn't understand it, right? My father had multiple banks. He would have one bank in Brooklyn, one bank in Queens, one bank in Manhattan. And back then you had to have a bank book to go in the bank and get money. He said, I'm just keeping it for myself. If I know I have a stash here, a stash there, I'm keeping it for myself. He had it diversified. And I believe in doing that with your accounts. Being diversified and being able to have money in different places that's working for you in different ways definitely helps. And if one is not growing, the other one will be growing. Both of them growing, the third one may not be growing. So you got to diversify. And I say this, and I say this for everyone. This is not for someone who thinks that the people that do this are rich, right? Trust me. Most of us are far from rich. We're rich in blessings, but we're far from what you call rich or wealthy. We are normal, everyday, middle class people. The middle class changes, but we're normal people that just try to make the right decisions in investing. And not all decisions are right. So, but you can do it with $50 here, $20 here. One thing we do, we spend money on things that have no return. So, AKA the Jordans, right? AKA the jewelry. All of the things that are the shiny silver objects that we purchase that have no return. Those are called liabilities. When they have no return on it. The same money you put into Jordan, if you would have put into Nike 10 years ago, where would it be? That's your homework. That is the homework for all of us on this podcast. No matter when you hear this, I want you to go and look at the price of Nike 10 years ago. After that, look at how much Nike pays in dividends. Now, if you don't know what dividends is, go back and listen to the show with Queen Pia Washington. She's explained dividends. But it's basically a payment the company gives you for having stock, right? So look how much dividends you would have had. You would have also reinvested the dividends. So I'm going to give you a small example. You have $100 worth of Nike. Nike pays a dividend of $1 per $100, right? So you would have had $1. So next year you would have had $1. You would have had $101. In 10 years you would have had $110 that they would have gave. They would have gave you $10, but no, it would have been compounding. So the $101 probably would have got you $1.10, right? So it would have compounded, and then $1. You understand what I'm saying? The math starts compounding. So you would have had more than this $100 going into it. But I want you to look at what would it be if you would have just put the money in each year, put $100, $100, $100. What would you have instead of buying one extra pair of shoes? I go back to the example of my family going to Disney when I was younger and spending thousands of dollars at Disney, going to the parks, going to hotels, renting a car and everything else, and just putting that money into Disney stock back in the 80s. What would that money be worth now? But it's all about education, knowing that, right? So skipping a vacation this year, say I'm going to put this money in my child's college fund. Listen, I can go on and on. I love talking about finance. I call myself a savings expert. I can show you how to save money. Maybe not make money, but I can show you how to save money. So, savings coach, you can say that, not expert, savings coach. There's different apps out here you can save money. So, give you my last example before I go. I guess I can go on and on. I have an app that I get back cash back on certain things. So when I get to $50 in this app of cash back, when I get $50 cash back in this app, I take that $50 and I invest it into stocks or crypto or something. So maybe have $200 extra a year, $300 extra a year that I invest that was just saved. The money I would have spent no matter what, I saved and I put into my investments. There are a couple ways to do this, guys. I don't do it. The guy at the hotel told me about it. So, hey, if you want any more information, hit me up, 762-333-2032. That's 762-333-2032. Send me a text or go to cousinedscorner.com. That's cousinedscorner.com. Cross top of the page, hit leave voicemail. Leave me a voicemail and I would definitely try to get back to you on some of the tips that I have come across over the years and some things I'm still learning. A lot of things I'm still learning. There's so much out here, but I love the internet. I love what my algorithms are on all of these different platforms, where I'm learning to meet people that are teaching some great information about financial freedom. So definitely do your own research. Go out there and find many people that you can listen to, and then go and find somebody else to try to contradict them and see what you find out. So try to contradict everything I just told you and see what you find out. All right. It's your boy, Cousin Ed. I am out of here. I love each and every one of you. There's nothing you can do about it. Have a great weekend. Peace. Thank you for listening to Cousin Ed.